I'm Jeb Banner. I'm CEO of Boardable. You can get to a sense of product market fit by building beta products or services and putting them in front of prospective customers to give feedback. But in my experience, until people are actually paying money for things, you don't really have full market validation. I think you have the right idea when you both have that market validation as well as you have a team that's excited about solving that problem. So if you found a way to solve, let's just say, to improve classroom engagement, if you see that universities are giving you money for that and you have a team that feels passionately about that problem and wants to solve it, you probably have the beginning of a good alchemy to start building a business around. I've found that a great way to keep focus is to have external accountability. One of the things I was missing in my previous business, Smallbox, was having a board of directors, an advisory board around me. With Boardable, we have both. We have a board of directors and advisory board, as well as investors. That creates a circle of accountability around me as a leader, which keeps me very focused because I have to report out to them on a regular basis. When you don't have that, it's very easy to drift and to go down rabbit holes and to sort of lose the scent, if you will. Every business should have an advisory board, even one person. I think anytime that you're looking to grow that business, you certainly want an advisory board. But even if you're only meeting quarterly with that advisory board, it can do wonders, I think, to keep you on track and to just give you a reason to report out on the business, an audience for that. When you're the only audience, it gets pretty lonely too, which is a problem. The way to scale a business really comes down to that founding team, making sure you have the right DNA. One of the things you want to watch for is making sure that you have people that play different distinct roles and bring different strengths to the table. So you don't want everybody to be the CEO or to want to be the CEO. I don't believe in like a co-CEO dynamic. I think that's a recipe for trouble. So to have different people that bring different strengths and have those strengths align with the needs of the business is really important for the first stage. And from there, it's about hiring the right people that have values alignment. So if they're aligned on your values and they also are connected to the cause, the problem you're solving, we hire people that are at Boardable that often have a connection to the nonprofit world because that's the market we're serving. And so we want them to know that world and to care about it, as well as be aligned with our values so that they work the way we work on a values level. But you still want them to be very different in terms of the skills and the way they think, because you need them to be solving problems in their own unique way. Keeping the momentum going as an entrepreneur is an art. I think that some days you push your own energy into the business to kind of get people excited about the business. Some days you have external events that create excitement and energy in the business. I think that for myself, it's always being connected to the why of the business. Always knowing that we're solving a bigger problem. With the Boardable, we are sincerely trying to transform the nonprofit board experience so that they can better serve those organizations that do so much good in the world. And these boards are struggling to serve these organizations because they don't always know their role, they don't always feel engaged. The organizations are frustrated with their boards because they're not as engaged, they have trouble holding them accountable. This kind of dysfunction holds back nonprofits from being more effective in the service they do, which then means people aren't being served on the ground in the way they should be. So there's a real problem out there that we're trying to solve, and that why, for me, is central to the energy that I find in the business. I would say that The Advantage by Patrick Lencioni is probably my favorite overall business playbook book. I would say there's lots of other ones out there, but My philosophy is built very closely to his. It's influenced by him quite a bit. He thinks a lot about the employee experience, about making sure that there's alignment with your culture and brand. It's about creating clarity across all areas of the business. It's a really good book, and I would say that that's probably, if you were to take one book and run a business around that book, the advantage would probably be that book. The most important thing is to know yourself. Are you built for this? Are you built to be a leader? Can you handle those leadership paradoxes of having to do what the business needs while also being human and kind, which can be very hard for people to do? Are you built for the stress of it? So, really get to know yourself. You'll discover yourself through the journey for sure, but I've seen people go into it that really weren't built for it. They did not have the disposition towards it. Not everyone's meant to. Don't think of this as some sort of thing to necessarily aspire towards if it's not in your DNA or not in your disposition, I guess. But think about that pretty closely, because it can be a very, very stressful experience, and not everybody's meant to do it.